Since the dawn of humans, visual art has served as a key form of communication and expression for those timeless subjects of our existence: mythology, politics, the psychology of self and the sociology of the many, sex and death, beauty and the sublime. Visual forms, visual images provide us with a rich history of past civilizations. How do we know the past? Through history books, yes, through the written word, through texts, and we know history through art. And what better way to understand the historical past than to gaze upon powerful images that move us, confuse us, and delight us. Images and forms that in their unfamiliarity startle us and so bring to our attention new ways of imagining the world. This is the history of modernism and postmodernism that you are about to tour. Now, much of the art we will discuss will be strange and sometimes even shocking, and that's the point, to shake us up and make us think and cause us to look more closely. Hello, I'm Lisa Wainwright, Dean of Faculty at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. We are standing on the steps of our great museum, the Art Institute of Chicago, an encyclopedic museum which has been at the core of our museum school, the School of the Art Institute, since its founding 150 years ago. A museum which will prove incredibly valuable for this course in providing rich examples of art and careful installation strategies that tell the story of modernism and postmodernism. Now, it's important to note that this course is a Western survey. For modernism is a discourse developed during the industrial and political revolutions in Europe and then in the United States, beginning in the late 18th century through the 19th and early 20th century. Postmodernism, which I teach as beginning in the 60s and 70s during the explosion of the mass media, is also focused on Western art up until the contemporary moment, when we will look more broadly at artists from around the world, and I will explain why and how contemporary art goes global. So again, while this is a Western survey, you should look for non-Western surveys to supplement this one. There are amazing traditions of art making from all around the world that will open your eyes to many great cultures. And of course, as we follow our trajectory of Western art, we will be asking questions about the many representations of non-Western cultures in the Western canon, or why Western artists borrowed so heavily from non-Western sources. The 19th century writer and dandy Oscar Wilde explained that the proper occupation of the historian is to, quote, give an accurate description of what never happened. My point in quoting Wilde is to underscore how you are going to be hearing my account of art history, a history written by many and in this course interpreted by me. Finally, I want to dedicate this course to the legacy of Helen Gardner, an art historian who taught at the School of the Art Institute and wrote Art Through the Ages, a key text from which generations learn to love art history. This is for Helen Gardner. Okay, follow me. Let's go into the Art Institute of Chicago.